up, my sexy, sudsy bitches? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're all having a great day. I was just thinking about how, like, Facebook and social media and all this that we're now we're now used to. Like, when you look at our parents' generation, they didn't have social media to worry about. And it really is another sort of worry that we have, and how we treat each other and how we perceive each other on this social media network. And I don't know, it's just weird and crazy. And I guess what made me think of it is one of my old friends from high school, who was actually my best friend for a long, long time until we had a bit of a falling out a couple of years ago. We haven't talked a whole lot lately. But I found out through Facebook, her sister's Facebook, that she's getting married and having a baby, which is fucking awesome. I'm happy for her. I messaged her and said congrats. I don't know, I think this feeling that I'm having is probably something new to our generation because of the internet and social media and all that just wasn't there before. Like, when I was a kid, I remember my mom running into someone she went to high school with, and I can't remember if it was a man or woman. Right now I was young, but they recognized her and were like, oh, Shannon, hi, and started chatting with her. And she didn't really remember who they were, but she was nice and they chatted anyway. And I remember asking, like, why didn't you keep in touch with that person? And I don't know, I just think, like, our parents' generation, if they heard someone they knew from high school was getting married and having a baby, they would just be like, oh, great, congratulations, good for you. Because they understand you lost touch with that person. It just happens over time as we get older. Certain people stick with you and some don't. And I don't know, I think that's just part of growing up, maybe. I think there was more of an understanding of that back then because there wasn't this constant checking up on that person through social networks. Or maybe not just checking up on them, but just kind of seeing them periodically in your feed. You just kind of get used to seeing that name every day. And then when you find out something personal about them through social media, instead of them telling you directly, you get offended and take it personal. But really, that's just our ego talking. Like, this has nothing to do with me. It's totally them and their news and their life. So it's stupid for me to be like, I don't know, to feel jealous or something. I don't know what it is I'm feeling. No, I wouldn't say jealous. I guess just more upset that I didn't hear directly from her, I guess. That would have been nice. But like I said, again, I think that's a feeling that my parents' generation would not have had, right? They just would have been like, oh, okay. Because I know that's how it is. You drift apart, you move on, you grow. Maybe we're not meant to stay plugged in all the time, checking on so-and-so. It's like, hey, did they leave them yet? Let me hit them. But that's what fucking people do. That's what people do. I remember there was this chick on my husband's Facebook, and he dated her back in the day, and he said he regretted quite a bit that he did to her. He was an asshole back then. And she added him on Facebook, and he kind of questioned why at first, but he added her, and they chatted for a bit, and he was like, why does she want to add me? Like, I treated her like shit. Why is she adding me? And he talked about how, like, she went after him, she just dated a lot of assholes, and she just kind of went down a really dark path. And I'm like, you know what, she's probably fucking keeping tabs on you, because she realized you were probably one of the better ones that she was with, even though he was an asshole then. But she obviously found worse. But anyway, I'm like, she's probably just keeping tabs on you and seeing if you're free. And I'm like, I don't blame her. That's what people do these days, I guess, right? She was like, nah, I don't need any of that, and he deleted her. Which was totally his own accord. I did not tell him to do that. But yeah, I would never tell someone to delete someone else off their friends list. Like, that's their personal thing. That's their prerogative of who they talk to, right? And yet, I love social media because it you connect with people. It is good for keeping in touch. You can, share your new projects that you're doing and help support other people who are doing cool projects. It's almost 10 a.m. Summertime's in now, school's out, and my son, who is 5 years old, just woke up now at 10 a.m. How long do you let your kids sleep in for in the summertime? And do you think a 5-year-old should be sleeping in that late? It doesn't matter. You're probably thinking, well, what time did he go to bed? I told him in the summertime his bedtime should be 9 o'clock. I figure that's late enough and that's fair. So it was about 9:20, 9:30 before he actually got to bed last night. But yeah, at 10 o'clock, this kid just rolls out. Yeah, I have 2 boys. I tell you, he's 5 now, so in about 10 years, I'm gonna have a 15-year-old and a 10-year-old, and it's gonna really stink in the mornings. My sister already gave me a heads up. She has one boy, and he's getting to be close to be a teenager. So, you know, his hormones are starting to kick in now and everything. And, yeah, boys stink. At least she warned me. You know, as much as I tortured my poor sister growing up, she's been really great to me. And, giving me parental advice along the way. It's been awesome. I remember the time I was in, where was it? It must have been Anaheim, California. I went there for a music show called NAMM. It's National Association of Musicians Members, maybe? NAMM. I mean, that was way back in 2006 I went, and that was for work. I remember one time during that stay, I mean, they had us busy. Trade show by day, corporate events and soirees and fucking cocktail hours and shit at night. One evening, we were at a presentation for Yamaha. And I'm talking music instruments, not the motorcycle. Can't remember. They're releasing something, some sort of new product. And whenever they do big events like that, they always try to get a couple of their endorsers out as well. So endorsers of someone who is actually already famous, who's using their products to help promote their products and their brand. So they had a few endorsers there, and I didn't even know ahead of time who was going to be there. And you can only kind of chit-chat to strangers so much before you kind of run out of shit to say. So I found myself sitting back at our one little table, or we found a table of me and a few other colleagues that we worked with, and close people from the industry that we knew. And then up comes this older lady who sits next to me. She asked if it was taken. I went, no, have a seat. And we started chatting. It was like my grandma's age, so I just talked to her, chit-chatting. We may have even gone to like gardening or just, I don't know, random stuff that you like to do at home. And then her husband comes and sits beside her. Who is her husband? Randy Bachman. Oh yeah. Don't know who that is, get the fuck out. Just kidding. He is Canadian, he's a guitarist. He was first, I believe it was first, he was in The Guess Who, not The Who. The Guess Who. And then later Bachman Turner Overdrive. BTO. Which, funny enough, my son's favorite song, well, it was one of his favorite songs when he was growing up, was Taking Care of Business. So, man, I just thought that was cool. And when he pulled up, he just started chatting with his wife, and I turned to, I think his name was Al or somebody next to me who we knew. And I'm just like, is that Randy Bachman? Because I'm like, am I seeing this for real? Is this just a lookalike and I'm an idiot? I'm like, is that Randy Bachman? I was like, yeah, it's Randy Bachman. Oh my God, that's awesome. So I don't even think I said anything to him directly. We may have said hi. I think he got his wife and they went to do something. I had to go talk to someone or whatever. You know what? You never know who you're going to run into. You never know. The next person you see, they could be married to one of your idols. You have no idea. So just be nice to everybody. Someone wants to sit next to you, you have an open spot, let them sit, have a chat, see what their story is. You never know who they may be. I just thought about that. So say you're on a bus and someone's walking up and you have a spare spot beside you. Don't pull a Gump. I shouldn't say a Gump, but don't be like those kids on Forrest Gump who's like, can't sit here, taken, can't sit here. I was making that reference a lot for me. You know, it's like, see, those kids never would have heard Forrest Gump's story because they were douchebags. That's another thing I did to my sister once. At one point in time, we had to take the school bus to school. I got on first, grabbed a seat, and I sat up close enough where I knew she'd have to walk by me. As she's walking by, I'm like, can't sit here. She laughed so hard. Thankfully, she got my reference. She knew I wasn't just being an asshole. I just wanted to make that joke.